Okay, so right here is another trade review. So it's 22nd of June. So it's the Monday. We do not have news today and it's going to be like a slow week. But I traded a lot today and did have some realizations as well because it's my break day. So yeah, because I just thought like, oh, I saw opportunities that I decided to trade this, decided to trade that, and then yeah. But let's get right into the trade review. So right here, I saw like we've been marching higher since 1 a.m. You can see it's 1:30 a.m. Okay, so I decided to short. Saw the CB. And then we also raided some 15 minutes buy side also. So you'll see. Yeah, because for this day, right? See the past few days, like I was thinking, why am I always trading and then not really stopping after a loss? Because I realized is maybe the loss is not big enough for me. Okay, it's different when I was trading the futures. So when I was trading the futures, it's like when I lose, I just stop. Okay, because the lose is like though it's like 1% of the account is like $20-$30. That's a lot for me already. So now I thought to myself, what if I decrease the risk, but I increase the risk a little? Like initially, if you see, I think I have not posted all the trade reviews, but I was trading like 1 cent, 2 cent, 10 cent. That did not, I did not feel anything, and which made me like, I can just put in the trades as I like. So yeah, so now I changed for today, and now it's currently 8:30 p.m., which is 8:30 a.m. New York session, and I'm not going to trade anymore because I've lost it already today. So yeah, I'll show you guys the so because the last trade that I took, which is this trade, I decided that okay, just going to increase the risk. I opened like 0.4 lot on this one, and then I lost it, and then I let myself another chance, 0.2 lot, lost, and then I'm done for the day. So initially it was 281, so now I'm down. But I'm thinking I'm going to trade like that now. Okay, so it doesn't matter the PNL. Most importantly is what will make me respect the risk more. That's what I think. So yeah, it does not matter because if the trade pan out, well, it could have yield me $20 to $30, which you know any trade is gonna repeat. One day I just need that one trade, and yeah, I'll just manage it like how I usually manage my trade. Okay, so we shall see. Yeah, it's been a process. Initially from futures, then because of the market like shit, then drop the risk a lot, but now starting to increase the risk a bit. Yeah, so right here, so this you can see this trade, I did not trade based on gambling. I'm trading based on these two fair gap rule and expecting price to enter a discount, and we shall see. Okay, so this is 15 minutes BC. I was seeing this also, but I'm allowing price to reach up to here, but no, I'm seeing for this high to be safe because 15 minutes buy side is already rated. Okay, so I decided to put two position in. First partial will be here, so I want to see reluctance right here. Initially that's sort of like reluctance, but there's with hindsight it just shoot up, right? Okay, so I decided to close one position, and I just close all. I close all on the close of this candle, you can see. Then to me it's like that's it. It just wants to go higher. Okay, because you can see this is a 15 minutes chart. We got this 15 minutes upper 25%. Yeah, and I realized one thing is like my chart is really messy. This sometimes is kind of a hindrance to my analysis and when I'm seeing price. So yeah, I need to address this. This has been several times already. Several times. It just, the lines just keep keep all the information out of the way. Like it's like it's very messy for me also. Yeah, I need to do something with it. I need to do something with it really seriously. Okay, so at this point it should have spiked higher, but I'm still waiting. No problem. But you can see it started rejecting, move up. It did not reach for this buy size. In fact, it's staying below the buy size. That's when I decided to enter another time. Now trusting this to stay intact. Okay. And then you can see we touch this CBCE and then move lower. That's nice. Okay, still okay. Right here is at 15 minutes BC high. This is 25%. So can you use it and use move lower? Okay, so watching this BC. So I was saying expansion required if we are going to move lower. So generally 130 is like a high resistance condition now. Okay, you can see there's a lot of back and forth. That is high resistance. But I'm waiting. It's almost 150 AM macro, and you can see I was looking at ES. So I see it's that 5 minute wicks. I remember. That's why you can see my charts is really way too messy. I like the expansion lower, and that is a signal that we can move lower. So I showed my stop loss for even further, and yeah, do we form a CB right here? But the fact that we expanded lower this 0.5 level, which is a 5 minute wick CE, that is nice. Okay, so now I'm not forcing my bias on the market, just letting the market touch the levels and see what it's going to do with the levels. Okay, and taking away the concern of being wrong. So yeah, I was constantly focusing on the market here, which is good. So we went above right here, so I decided to take off the trade because you can see we just touched the 5 minutes week CE. I did hesitated, but I'm like, no, just listen to the analyst, and that's it. But then it started showing signs of support. Okay, that's when I decided to reverse. Why? Because like this is the 15 minutes BC, right? I'm constantly seeing the 15 minutes chart, how the 15 minutes candle is forming. Okay, I'll show you guys. Hold on. Okay, so this is a 15 minutes low also, and we did expanded higher. You can see this started holding price. So now I want to see that we'll be matching lower. If it wants to move higher, it don't have to do any stop rate anymore. Okay, and it's 150 AM macro now. So because you can see we got a lot of sell sides kept on getting raided, we still got buy sides safe only. All the buy sides up here. Okay, so now I'm seeing that we sharp drop below, then went back up. So I'm saying this is a stop rate already, and actually it is also a 15 minutes low. Okay, you can see right here. So this 15 minutes low, we raided it as well, right here. You can see this low, we raided it. That's why I was constantly seeing this. You can see 15 minutes BC upper 25%. Basically, it's an expansion. It's expanded away from the midnight opening range gap. Okay, and then we have the new week opening gap. So Sunday we went up, we go lower, then we went up again, big expansion up here. So that's why I was still holding for higher price. Okay, and in fact you can see price much higher. So yeah, well, we will see what's going to happen in the day, in the week. Okay, Monday is marching higher. We shall see. Okay, so with that in mind, you can see, but price was really ugly right here. That's why that was one thing that this is high resistance. It's just accumulating positions. So yeah, I mean, it's been quite some time there and traded all these kind of conditions. But this kind of place, you don't wait for fair gap. Like when I'm always waiting for fair gap, it's not gonna fill back. Most of the time, it's just gonna run all the way up. Okay, that's why, because it's like it consolidates right here with DCB. So it's just my experience. That's why. Okay, and it's just touching off old high time frame level. Okay, so right here, because I can see 5 minute charts, we enter this BT showing a lot of reluctance on moving lower. That's why I traded it. So I was confident. So as long as this low stays intact, the idea still in play. Okay, so and it's macro time, so I want to see price expand past it. We form a BC here, and risk is decreased. And yeah, I close one position right here because we have this BC that can turn into a inversion fair gap. I just take my profits off, okay, and left one more position, and it's a de-risk trade. So I'm still waiting. Stop loss shifted up here. Now I want to see price continue expanding up. Okay, with hindsight, it did not. Okay, it expanded lower and just stopped me out. Okay, that was the AM session. That was the London session, and yeah, it was actually quite a good session for here. You know, trailing my stop loss, and it's okay. I did I did recover a bit of my loss. But this one thing about me. Trading, you're going to lose sometimes, and I do understand that point. And it's those there are sometimes there are going to be nice trades also, and those nice trades will definitely recover all the losses. Okay, so yeah, this is just telling myself, I don't have to be afraid of losses. And that was that whole hour. Okay, and then now I'm gonna enter 3:30. So 3:30, I open the charts again. Then I saw that we are at the daily O highs. Here there's a daily O high as well. So and then we expanded lower, so I'm going to trade based on this level, expecting the daily O high to not be to move lower. Why? Because we have been moving higher, and we have raided that daily O high, and then we have a buy side rate up here once more, and then we expanded lower. So I'm thinking that this CB to continue lower. So we have a 15 minutes candle rate as well, and with the daily chart also, you can see these two daily highs is already rated. So that's why I'm seeing for the start of the move. Can here be a breakaway gap? So what I'm expecting is price to just enter a discount, and you can see this is like the down close candle. If it can quite reasonably trade to here, it's okay. So it's not a very impossible target. Okay, so I'm seeing this high to be intact, but you can see right here at this trade there's a lot of back and forth. Okay, and I was thinking London 3:30 you can start moving lower, but London has a lot of back and forth, and generally I should trade it differently. Like if I'm going to trade on this like 50 minutes chart, just trade based on higher time frame and expect all these like fixed level, expect them to be reached. So I was like I was hesitating. Should I close my trade? That's what I was asking myself. But high resistance, just like what ICT always say. If you're gonna trade, your stop loss should be right above here, the third candle of the value gap. So right here, it's just me being Mr. Perfect, trying to be like perfect, have the small stop loss and stuff. But I was thinking that here's balance, then this BC is balanced. But yeah, you can get stop out. But if you get stop out, what are you gonna do, right? So yeah, it's high resistance, so you have to weather more. So you can see I was thinking I want to see 15 minutes high, not get raided. So it's okay, put the stop loss up here and see for these 15-minute weeks levels, does it constantly resist price? So I was saying 5-minute chart don't make sense, right? Yeah, it did not make sense because like it's too choppy. And we are above that old daily high, okay? We're above the old daily high right here. So I'll stop out. You can see I'll stop out. But immediately price have this kind of reaction. I was thinking, then that was me thinking that okay, we want to go lower. But you can see I should just put the stop loss up here or here, at least here, because it is high resistance. You can see back and forth, but bodies are being held by this PC inversion failure gap. Then I decided, okay, I'm just going to submit to it. Because on 15-minute charts, we entered the wicks also. You can see 15 weeks, 25% we touch it. So now I'm seeing can we expand lower? And because of time, it's 3:30 a.m. So I'm thinking that it can start moving lower. Okay, you'll see how much back and forth it is. Okay, but let's say your stop loss is right here. Boom, you'll get he reached but high resistance, remember. So I'm seeing for 15-minute weeks levels. You can see 15 week CE, 15 upper 25%. So we got above that weak CE. Okay, we are still sensitive to it, but if it close above it, then we will see for this level. So it's not about forcing, it's not forcing the market, forcing your bias on the market. We see each levels, does it constantly hold price? So that is what I have to do. Okay, not about the concern of, oh, it's going to reach to my stop loss. No, it's not about that. The stop loss is there to do its work. So what I have to see is, does this level hold price now? Okay, so does this level hold price now? That is what I focus on. And when it reject like that, nice, stop loss can shift down to here. Okay, because 15 minutes we have that perfect high form. It has proven it does not want to rate here because of this rejection lower. So now can we continue lower? So stop loss is trade. So what I could do here is I can just close my trade. Like when it's expanding lower, I can just close my trade and re-enter with a better position. Since my position is here, I can reposition over here. It's also good. Maybe trading right here is also good. Okay, to just reposition myself now using this BC as an inversion failure gap. So I was seeing, does it form a BC? Does it form a CB here and use it and reach lower? But when it do this kind of movement, generally don't expect a failure gap to form here. Expect a breakaway gap. That's what you want to see. You can see at this point, at the point where it went up and then go down like that, right? I was thinking that okay, it's not going to reach here, so I did want to trade it, but I did not hesitated, so I did not touch it. So that's what you want to see, expansion lower. So definitely when it went up here, that was like I was thinking, oh, it's going for my stop loss, but that's me getting concerned with the P&L already. Okay, stop loss put already. Okay, it's going to be there to protect you only. That's it. Okay, yeah, I'm just talking to myself. And then see the levels. Okay, focus on price action. So now risk is decreased. Just manage the trade based on price action. Okay, so I traded one more, added one more in here. Okay, then my stop loss shift right here. So I want to see all this act as a breakaway, and want to see this CB left empty. So my stop loss is right above the second candle, expanding expansion lower. Okay, so this is just the dealing range from the 5 minute chart. So I'm watching that. Why is it possible for retracement? First, we have been moving higher since London. It's still London though. Then we reached the old daily high. We reached two old daily highs, pierced it, and then we did bisects rate itself on the fresh bisects again. So that's why when price supported off these 15-minute weeks levels, boom, move lower. Always possible to move lower. Just to a discount. That's it. Not expecting it to move all the way. So 15 minutes BC, you can see now I want to see use these levels and does it use the 15-minute BC levels to continue lower? So watching this CE, so it can move up and down. It's okay, but buy sides, the bodies have to stay within it. Okay, and right here, when price do like that, okay, you can expect this short-term high to get red. Okay, I was expecting this short-term high to get red, but after all that, I want to see wick, pew, and just shoot lower. That's what I want to see. So I want to see, do we get a wick? That's what I type, right. So yeah, we did got a wick. Did left the 25% open. It's okay, but now can we continue marching lower? So actually, I thought that we are going to go higher. That is high resistance. So yeah, I closed this position. I remember. You see, I closed one position, and then I wanted to see if this continues to play out. But it expanded lower. Okay, with hindsight, I know it expanded lower. Like when it starts supporting here, I was thinking, well, I want to close my trade already. That was what I was thinking. I can see on the five. If you look at the 5 minute chart, it did what? It just closed in this candle. Okay, went up. You can see almost touched my stop loss, and then shoo, close below there. So now I want to see. Okay, does this high stays intact? So it's okay if I'm get stop out. It's okay. It's already risk free. Okay, at this point it was going to stop me out, but it did not. In fact, it shoot all the way lower. Okay, now time 350 and macro now. So sell sides rated buy sides right here, a short term high that's buy side enough. And then now does it, you see it could not reach here. So I'm saying, does it expand lower? Yeah, because on the macro time, when it's reluctant to move higher, that's when we can move lower. So I shorted again. I added a position. Why I closed that position? Because I told myself, I can re-enter a position, no problem. So if I think it's wrong, just cut it, and then just wait for a value gap or displacement, and just enter again, no problem. So DXY was dollar was showing signs of moving higher, which is helpful to lower price on equities. I was constantly looking at dollar, so dollar was actually moving higher, showing signs of support. So now I'm seeing, can we have a close below the 15 minutes previous candle low? Okay, I'm ready to take my first partial off already. You will see, I'll close my first partial. Okay, at this point, I'm just thinking to myself, it's possible. That's high resistance. It's just there to make people scared. Make people go think that, okay, that have their stop loss just like me. Oh, gonna get stop out. Exactly. I had that same feeling as well. But you can see bodies tell the story. So at this point, it should just sink lower. That's high resistance for you. Yeah, I was really pushing in this high resistance condition. Okay, so 15-minute PC high. Okay, now that expansion lower. Classic. Okay, but at this point, I told myself it's high resistance. Time to close a partial. So I close my partial. You can see I close my partial right there. And yeah, because this is the 15 minutes BC high, so we already reach all the way lower to it. So it can retrace up, it's high resistance. But I'm seeing do we form a CB here? So yeah, I did want to help higher, lower. I didn't want to help longer, but no. Okay. This was my initial target. Okay. And yeah, I'm glad that my Wi-Fi is not so fast. So it closed me on here with this. But also when price have this kind of movement, right? That's when price will have very high possibility to retrace up. Very high possibility to retrace back up. Okay. So when it reach all this point is now or never. So yeah. Now what's the PNL? Yep, like I say stop me out. Okay, so back to usual PNL 281.2. So you can see it was like a profit of $2 plus 20 plus points. Okay, then I was seeing for what? Entering a discount, right? Okay, you'll see. So because you can see the old daily high, we did have a lot of back and forth. That is high resistance for you. Okay. But yeah, I think I managed it quite well. Yeah, but high resistance really give you that feeling, oh, it's going to stop, it's going to stop me out, it's going to stop me out. And then I have to tell myself like, okay, just wait and see. Yeah. So basically I just opened the chart and decided to trade when I see all these kind of things. I think I should change this. Definitely. Okay. But I'm aware that I'm taking short small scalps only, okay, but no, I think I should change it. Okay. This just makes me think that I'm not really respecting the risk. Though yeah, it's magical, like I'm doing this, but I don't know. I remember like Jake Cat was saying in that words of wisdom, the table that I don't know how to say it, but he's like there's a lot of losing traders right there, like me, people like me, break evens, and they're just asking for advice like that kind of thing. So he said that you trade to make your life easy, not make your life hard. So yeah, but I was just sitting in front of the computer, then like, oh, I saw this, I can trade this, that was just my thing. Okay, right here I decided it's still macro time, and we got a very obvious 5 minute. Now let me show you. Okay, because right here now we have to go to the 5 minute chart. Okay, so I have a logic. When price ticks out of 5 minute buy side right here, it's always logical to reach back for a 5 minute sell side right here. So you can see it did reach back to this 5 minute sell side, right? Okay, so that was where I took my profit. That was where the immediate rebalance is. Okay, so why? You just see on this 1 minute chart. You can see this is a very obvious start of pumping higher. All this not really obvious on the 5 minute chart, right? So when we're seeing something on the 5 minute chart, this is that obvious low. Immediate rebalance, traded based on immediate rebalance. Okay. And because you can see what dollar is doing, dollar was marching higher, which means what, it is helpful to my lower equity price. So I'm waiting for expansion lower. Here is a balanced BC. Okay, very balanced BC. So this immediate rebalance is nice. Okay, so does it continue expanding lower? So you can see price touch it, but it's okay. Immediate rebalance, if it's going to pin out, is very strong. Okay, so my stop loss choke right to here now. It should just spike low. Boom. Okay, just like that. And I was telling myself that's it, but it wasn't. That's it for me. I'm thinking, okay, we entered a discount now. Do we want to continue higher? Because I was saying, right, I want to see price move higher on the daily, on the higher time frame. So I did what? I went long. Based on this emergent fair gap, I went long. Okay, yeah. So yeah, immediately I was thinking, was this the right move? But I'm thinking, with this sharp drop lower, no one dares to go long anymore. No one dares to go long. Did it start moving higher? Yes, it did. Okay. Okay, just wait for it. It will go down and stop me out. Okay, so immediately you can see what price was doing. You can see we do have this CB. Yeah, we are sitting above that 5 minutes upper 25% and sell side, but you can see at the same time is what is rejecting off this, is rejecting off this small CV right here. Okay, and right there I will stop out just like that. Okay, but now, yeah, I know it's messy. I know it. Don't worry. I know my charts is really messy. Even I am being dragged in the mess. Okay, so right here you can see it did went lower. Okay, the dealing range was right here. I drew it up like that. Yeah, I think it's my wrong here. Okay, so this 5 minute OBC. If I trade, I should just trade based on like that. Okay, so right here you can see I went long here, touch, but price sank lower 420. Sank lower first, but the body swat stayed above it. Then another candle sank lower, close at the CE, then the next candle boom flies up after raiding previous 5 minute candle. Okay, so let's see on a low time frame. So right here you can see I will stop out here. So actually when it do the first run like that, right, don't trust it, because if it's going to have a turning point, let's say it's a discount range, it just entered discount, right, it needs to form something on a higher time frame. Okay, nice. This is a 5 minute chart. It needs to form something on a higher time frame. Okay, because let's say I'm just saying, Mm. Okay, you can see right here, 420, like right here. So at this point, I traded based on this 410. Okay, so when sync lower touch it, it did move higher, but it went lower because it needs to form a low right here. Okay, it needs to form a low right here. It can do this during high resistance so many times. Okay, you can see it went lower, then with this sharp up and down right here. Okay, sharp drop. So wait for a low to form first, then wait for price to radiate first, then it gets back up. Okay, then right here, give it some time to form the low. So it's not on forming a low on a 5 minute. Okay, it's forming a low on a 15 minute. Okay, right here. Okay, so you look at that perfect low on a 15 minute. 1 2 3. So it took 15 minutes to form that low first. So you wait for 10 minutes to here, then on this candle, so wait for the left curve to form first, then after the left curve forms, trade it based on this. So you want to have your entries at this, also can. It's 15 minutes weeks levels. Okay, so you can see price digs into it, expands up, have a BC right here. So if you trade based on this BC, 12 points is a nice trade. Okay, so right here, that could be a nice trade. Expect this low. Okay, remember it can, this is high resistance. Look at that, complete sinks lower, almost touched the rejection block but did not. Okay, that's high resistance for you. So I'm saying 5 minute. Now let's check out the 5 minute chart. So we are looking at this candle. How does it form this? Okay, so this candle is 430. Okay, so price enters here. You can see we rates what? Rates a previous 5 minute candle. Rates that previous 5 minute candle, then only started moving higher. Okay, so after it rates that previous 5 minute candle on this candle, it rates it right here, 430. Okay, so it rates it right here, expanded up. So can see this BC to hold price. In fact, it did. Okay, you can see price just wick lower past it. This is a strong BC as well. Strong BC doesn't mean it cannot wick lower past it. The bodies tell the story. Bodies staying in the upper 25%. You can see that because it's high resistance. That's why it should lower, overshoot. That's why stop loss. Place here is okay. It's like 12 points. Okay, my stop loss will be placed here. And then this is how I trade in a discount. Okay. Stop rate. Remember, did we have a fresh stop rate? Yeah, we did have fresh stop rate here. Then long here, wait for price to start closing above like that. When it close above like that, you can see this next candle, we use it and move higher, inversion fair gap. Boom, move higher, move higher. Okay, still holding bodies, still sharp drop lower during 5 a.m. So that's high resistance for you. Okay, yeah, but we did expand the higher. My stop loss will have been showed right to here. So it will have been like that only, 8 points risk only. Okay, but let's say here to here, I'll open a 0.4 position. 0.4 position right here. Okay, that is using $4.8 of the account. Yeah, at least there. Okay, so open 0.4 lot right here, and then expect price to here can be the first partial. Okay, here will be the first partial, then just hold it. Okay, 24 points. 24 points. If you take out 0.2, 0.2 is like $4 already. And then yeah, but here I'll aim pretty much here, and that's it. Okay. So never mind. Let's continue back to the last one. Okay, the last one you can see 7 a.m. I saw this up and down. Okay, so basically I'm thinking that we are we rated a lot of buy sides on this upward movement. So I'm thinking that price want to reach lower. So this was the time I decided to increase my risk, like put more risk down, at least 2% of the trade, at least money wise, not just percentage wise, like 5 to 8 dollars, like that, something like that. Okay, I'm going to risk that much now. So yeah, I put on the trade. Now I'm seeing this as a breakaway gap. Okay, when price did this, right? Yes, I was thinking that it's now or never, but look what it did. Okay, and look at time. It's almost 7:50 at macro. The fact that price did this means what? It sweep out all these sell sides. Means it does not want to go lower. Okay, it does not want to go lower at all. It wants to reach up high, and I'll show you here is 50-minute wicks. Okay, right here you can see right here. Okay, so I'll just delete this. So it was this 15 minutes wicks. Okay, so immediately I was thinking that we want to move up here. Oh yeah. So immediately I was thinking that when price did direction, I'm thinking that we want to move up here. Okay. Then but at the same time, I was saying that I don't want to see this low being raided. But look at where I put my stop loss. Wait. Okay, so this time I'm going to use half of the risk. Okay. So you can see I waited for the stop loss to open and I traded right inside. Bought my stop loss, put right below here. It's this is high resistance, Joshua. So expect, when this kind of movement, that's what I realized one thing now. Not just high resistance. When price has this kind of up, the kind of movement, right? And we have a gap, that gap will not be respected. Just watch. So actually, me trading based on this gap, no. If it's a low resistance, it might just pump up. Well, that's what you want to see. But generally, because it went, remember what it did? It went lower first, then it zipped back right up, right? So when it zipped back right up, what everyone will do? Everyone is going to go long. There's people that gambled there. So they'll want to hunt that gamble first. So it's going to enter a discount first. Okay. So when it respected of this CB, I expect it to enter discount. Wait and see. It went right into this week's CE. Okay. Look. Okay, but right here I decided to tell myself I lost enough and that's it. Okay, but yeah, but I'm not really accustomed to trading, like trading weeks. But what I was thinking that I want to see this low stay intact. So actually stop loss placed right here. Okay, you can see the C right there. So now I'll show you guys. So yeah, I do see you can see where it's going and all, but doesn't mean you'll be in profit. I'm the perfect example here. Okay, look at what I did. Right here, I bought right here, I sold right here. So I bought right here because what my stop loss was right. My stop loss was right here, right? Remember? My stop loss was right here. So it stopped me out. Okay. But you can see right here, it touched the CE of it. Why the CE? Now if I delete this and this, and I think I delete that bigger. I delete this. Okay, so okay, so you can see premium discount. What's inside discount? If I change this to, okay, you can see the weeks levels are inside discount. The nicest week level is the 25%. The upper 25% is inside discount. So this is a discount range, and then we have what? We have this sell side also as a discount. Okay, we got these levels also as a discount. So all these levels can be used to go long based on ICT. Not that I will go long based on all these levels. Okay, so yeah, I was right. You know, when like that went up, goes down lower. Oh, now I'm seeing it. Where's the low? We have a low here. We have a low here that we zigzag up twice. So price reprice back to this low again. Okay, to kill people. Okay, it goes back down right here, takes it out, and it enters a what? A discount range of this tiny equilibrium, tiny dealing range. Okay, so I would say here that would be the best and that would be the best entry based on these weeks, right? That's the first 25%. So right here like that, stop loss right here. So that's 14 points stop loss. Okay. So then if I traded like that, wait for expansion mark up here. Boom, expanded up. So 14 point stop loss, that's $1.4. Enter 0.3 lot. At least 0.3 lot. I don't want to reach too small. Okay, 0.3 lot is like that's like $5. Yeah, maybe it's $5 a small, Joshua. Never mind, we'll stick to $5 first. Okay, 0.3 lot. So when it shoot up like that, I want to see price expand above it. Okay, but it did not. So my stop loss will be thrown right to here already, immediately. Okay, when price sink lower, touch the CE of it, spikes up, couldn't reach lower, and touches down close candle. The down close candle, this supported price right here. Down close candle supported price, and then we started moving higher. Then during 8 a.m. it closed above. So this was the first sign that we can move higher. Then it went lower, supported offer, down close candle again. Okay, so down close candle is supporting price means what? Means it's in a buy program. Okay, so when it close above this, stop loss, throw. Stop loss will be thrown furthermore. So stop loss will be thrown right up to here. Okay, basically risk free already. Okay, but you know, right here to here. Okay, now we go down to 5 minutes. Okay, because price is reluctant to move higher, right? I was saying when it did that movement. So aim for, yeah, I remember the aim for the 15-minute wicks levels. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys. You can see this long ass wick, this long ass wick, this really big level. Delete this. So that will be the targets. Okay, so here is, let's just type it up. So yeah, it price will be either price shoot up like that, or it's going to have a difficulty in moving higher. Okay, so now we have the levels up. Okay, expansion above here. Okay, now 50 minute wicks, 25 upper 25 lower 25%. You can see we did close above it, right? We close above it right here, went lower, expanded above it. Then right here it started supporting off 50 minute wicks 25%. Okay, then when it closed above here, when it got above, that's the BC. Okay, this BC, let's see, this BC could be a nice trade. Okay, stop loss right below what, not the second candle, not the second candle. Okay, so the third candle, but body staying in the above the second candle. Okay, body staying above this inversion fair gap. Okay, why inversion fair gap? Because it was being used to send price lower. So we want to see you being used to send price higher now. If we are going to go higher, oh, I see, because it's an algorithm, right? But it's, if it's going to go higher, it have to get above it and support off it, right? So close above, boom. This is the order block. Down close candles are showing supporting price, especially when these tiny ones start showing that it's supporting price. That just means that you don't want to rate this low. You can see when it's supported off this, that's the first sign already. Then supported off here once more, expanded up. Then when price have this, that's a breakaway gap, and then you can trust it. Okay, but right here to right here, that's a very nice, very modest stop loss also. 8 points. Wow. Okay, 8 points. Aim for what? So you want to see this can be the first partial. Okay, but okay, now I'm going to have something new. Wow. ICT always say you can split the quads, right? So if you want to go higher, you want to see price stay in the upper quad of the this area. What is this area? This is the CE and the upper 25%. So you want to see price stay above this lower 25%. So is price staying above it? Indeed it is. You see, after it expanded, it closed above, and then it set above here. That just means what? That just means that it wants to reach for here. Then after it reached for there, it went lower, stayed above what? Here, the upper 25% of the lower portion of the 15 minute wicks CE. Okay, so I don't know if you guys get me, but yeah, I'm starting to see things. This is the 15 minutes wicks low, upper 25%, lower 25%, and the 15 minute wicks CE where it's around here. Okay, so I draw a fib like that. So you want to see price stay in the upper portion of it, and it did supported off the upper portion of it, which is a weak CE also. And then this expansion, this expansion shows that it wants to move to the next range. Okay, so when it does this, close here, when lower. So when it close, yeah, right here, that could be the first long. Then first partial CE. Okay, so here will offer 14 points, but when it start expanding above like that, stop loss can be thrown right here. Okay, stop loss can be thrown right here, risk free, and I can write it. So if I trade based on like that, that is like 8 points. 8 points at least 0.6 lot. Okay, 0.6 lot will be inside. So you want to see price expand past this. We did close above it. That is nice. Close above it, but we sink lower. Does down close candle support price? Yes. We sink lower, don't freak out. Always see does up down close candle support price. And then if we bring in this, too much. Okay, I'm just going to draw it like that. And yes. Okay. Then after we got above it, you want to see this upper portion start holding price. It does hold price. CE right here. Okay, that's the upper 25%. And when it spikes up like that, that's when you know just let it ride. It's going to go. So then upper 25%, that's the first partial, okay? That is the next target. So right here to right here. Okay, 37 points offered. Then you want to see, okay, why price did this reaction? Because there's a CB here. So when it did this, you want to see act as an inversion fair gap. When it expanded past it like that, on the second pass, right here, that's when you take your first partial, okay? So 22 points. Yeah, second pass always take first partial, no matter what. Because it's a sign that we can sink back lower. So just pay yourself. Okay, with this, first partial always 0.4. Always 80%. Okay, let's say 50% lah. Because when it expanded up like that, you can see if I took up 50%, no problem. Then my stop loss is trailed. My stop loss will be trailed to break even. Because you don't want to see price come back any lower here. You can actually throw to right here after this expansion. After this candle, it will be thrown right here. So I did secure profits. So after this pass higher, it's a de-risk trade, and I did paid myself here. So I have no point holding it here, 37 points. Just take out 0.1 position. Okay. So here would have paid me 6.6. Then here would have paid me 3.7. Okay, then I will just aim for the high as terminus. Okay, so terminus. Let's take out more here, 0.2%. Is 1.4 and terminus is okay. So this trade itself will have yield me 6.6, 13, 14, 20. So have a yield me $20 by just risking $4. So why not? So that's why I'm going to just increase it. And when I lose, just stop. Because a loss of $8, a loss of $6 a day. If I stop, doesn't matter. I just need to wait for another trade that offers me 20, or with here $6.6, I would have paid myself here. And if it has stopped me out, doesn't matter. It's going to be a break even day, no problem. Okay, so yeah, so this trade would have been nice. So this trade was like a bit tricky. Why? Because we do have a lot of, when price went up, went down, we do have a lot of sell sides here. What makes this tricky is when price did this, that was the switch for me. Okay, we don't want to move lower. So that's it for this trade review. Quite a long one, 1 hour. Just nice. See you guys in the next one.